What's going on, everyone? Paul Salter here, owner of Empower Nutrition and Training, back with another video for you. And again, wanting to touch on my favorite topic as of late, building a healthy relationship with food. So, with today's video, I actually want to take a step backwards. I'm calling this video the prequel, and let you know why I am so passionate and such a firm believer in building a healthy relationship with food, as it's an invaluable tool to reaching all your nutrition and training, but more importantly, general health goals. So, during this video today, I want to let you in on a little information about me that 99% of you don't know, that'll help kind of paint the picture, tell the story as to why I am so passionate about this very subject. So, my sophomore year of college at the University of Maryland is when I first really got into bodybuilding. I discovered Dr. Layden Norton on bodybuilding.com and really started, the light bulb, I guess you could say, went off in my mind about connecting nutrition and exercise and really bringing in a dominant physique and maximizing performance. However, in the spring of my junior year is when I embarked on a journey to compete in my first ever natural bodybuilding competition. To sum it up, I made millions of mistakes. I jeopardized relationships. I ruined relationships, some of my most important ones, and that being with my family and my girlfriend. Thank goodness she's still with me and didn't ditch me and leave me out to rot back then. But why I'm so passionate about this very subject is because I made so many mistakes that ruined how I felt. I felt like absolute shit on a day-to-day basis, wrecked relationships, so I was mentally, physically beat up, and I do not want you to make the same mistakes or feel even an ounce of the bit of pain, mentally, emotionally, physically, that I felt during this time. So, starting in December of 2011, maybe early January 2012, I started measuring my food intake. I had a food scale, I was weighing out the protein, the carbs, fat, and had a rough idea of how much I needed each day to consume in order to lose weight, gain weight, or maintain my weight. So, January 31st was a Sunday, I believe, or maybe it was the 30th, was a Sunday, my last day before I embarked on an 18-week prep journey to my first ever competition. Well, starting right away that night, I threw down. I think I had a whole medium Domino's pizza to myself and went to Cold Stone. A terrible relationship. I approached it as kind of a Last Supper meal. A stupid decision in hindsight. There's no need to do that. A sign of disordered eating. It was a full-blown binge, to be honest. And the next day, then I finally prepared. It was like I was never going to see food again, so I had to stuff my face and get that volume full feeling as well as the mental feeling of being full and enjoying the food. Looking back, I probably ate that food so fast I didn't even appreciate it or enjoy it. So, as my prep progressed, I was weighing myself diligently, and if I didn't lose weight, I was just cutting food. Cutting food. So, food slowly started to decrease as my weight started to plateau, and eventually I got down to the 160s. I believe I began about 172 at 18 weeks out. So, as my food started becoming less and less, my exercise frequency, adding cardio in, harder days, more volume to my workout started to increase. So, food is decreasing, exercise increasing. Paul, not feeling good. Paul going crazy. So, just a couple of examples. Of bad times, I would only eat what was prescribed on my little meal plan. I had typed out an Excel spreadsheet. I ate the same thing, the same day of every week. It wasn't the same thing every day, but Tuesday of this week was going to be the same as Tuesdays next week, etc. You get the idea. Another mistake I made with that is I limited fat intake. My fat was very low to begin with, and by the time I was stepping on stage, my fat was like 35 grams a day. Yeah, very, very terrible. Very, very low. But anyway, moving on. Because I would not deviate from this meal plan, I missed out on countless opportunities of enjoying college life, enjoying time with friends and family. And a couple stick out in mind that I was once embarrassed to admit, but want to talk about now and get out there. Number one, just in general, I never went out with friends. I thought I couldn't have fun if I wasn't drinking, so I just decided not to go out. I would stay in, do whatever, go to bed early, and focus my energy on trying to go to sleep and get my homework done without trying to go out and have fun with friends. It was terrible. I missed out on opportunities for new friendships, to build memories, etc. with my current friends, and I regret doing that. More importantly, I never took my girlfriend out to dinner, lunch, breakfast, anything of the sort. Nothing. I didn't enjoy a meal with her. We loved food. I was so happy with how far she'd come in eating a lot more variety of food, and I never once would take her out. There was even a time where she had a social for her sorority, and she paid for me to be there, and I went and didn't eat. I just didn't eat. Ridiculous. How stupid can you be? And I regret it every day to this day. I'm disappointed in myself, but hey, I learn from it, I'm better from it, and I move on. Easter. Easter of that year, I was with my family, girlfriend there as well. I have a big family, a ton of food is always prepped. I went, again, did not eat a single thing. I might have dipped a carrot in hummus or something, and that was about it. So much great food in front of me, and I just failed to eat it. I failed to think outside the box, see the bigger picture of life. I become victim of tunnel vision, and it pains me on the inside because of just how stupid I was and how such a little twist or a little tweak in my approach mentally would have done wonders for my prep. I wouldn't have suffered the way I did. I wouldn't have had my girlfriend suffering, my family feeling, I don't know how they should have felt. Should they feel bad for me? They want to help, but they don't know how. It was a tough situation for everybody. So, I quickly wanted to point out a couple specific mistakes I made that are not an example of a healthy relationship with food. So, during the final 8 weeks of my prep, I avoided the following foods: milk, bread, and fruit. I know you're sitting there thinking, Paul, you're such a big advocate for fruit, especially at breakfast. Why did you avoid fruit? I have no idea. Bye-bye vitamins and minerals. It was that I had read, bread makes you bloated, fruit makes you fat, milk makes you bloated, on the internet somewhere. Didn't bother to follow up and do my own homework and research to check the validity of this, and just went with it. It was terrible. I was in such a malnourished state. It was awful. And get this, the last week, 2 weeks or so of prep, I was consuming 100 grams of carbs per day. Yes, 100. Which is asinine. I eat more than that in one meal now, and it's just ridiculous to me. The brain needs about 120 grams of carbs a day to function properly. I was going with less than that and exercising twice a day on most days. It's no wonder I was a cranky pain in the ass and just a complete mess to deal with. I remember numerous occasions lying on my couch in the afternoon, and when I would sit up, just feeling lightheaded, dizzy, because I had low blood sugar because I wasn't eating any carbs. It was just outrageous, and I do not want anyone to go through that feeling or to make the same mistakes. And building off of that, another quick specific mistake I made after my first competition, and I did well, and I was upping my food intake slowly. Well, finally, my muscle bodies throughout my body were filling with carbohydrates again, so I was starting to look fuller, more vascular. I had veins everywhere, and I'm sitting there looking like, this is freaking awesome. I love this. I wish I looked this good on stage. Let's do another competition. Well, after a lot of deliberation, I did decide to do another competition, but I immediately cut calories down again, increased cardio, and didn't pay attention to, hey, Paul, you look better because you started eating more. Maybe you should continue with this. Nope, just went over my head. It was stupid. But you live and you learn, and that's the biggest thing that I'm most proud of. Yes, I made dumb mistakes, and I went through trial and error, but I learned, and I learned a lot. And I want to share this knowledge with everyone who's willing to listen to me, because there's some great stuff, and I do not want anyone to make the same mistakes that I made. So just to sum up, no single food is going to make you fat. I want everyone to have a healthy relationship with food. Learn. Take the time to educate yourself, to reread things, to look at journal articles versus the hot fad diets on your local Huffington Post or Yahoo articles. Educate yourself to realize the value that a calorie is a calorie. Calories in versus calories out is going to dictate change. Just because something works for one person doesn't mean it's going to work for the other. No food's going to make you fat again. Do not avoid things. Do not restrict things. It only encourages binge-like behavior, which is not a healthy relationship with food. But most importantly, don't become victim of tunnel vision. Do not become locked into just your nutrition, your training goal. I am by all means support following a healthy diet, a healthy nutrition plan, a healthy exercise plan that's consistent, but do not let it take you away from the bigger picture, and that being spending time with family and friends. Well, thanks for listening, guys. I appreciate it. I hope you learned a little bit about me and where I've been and can really see how far I've come. I'm proud of who I've become. I'm proud of what I've learned. I hope to really continue sharing this knowledge with as many people as possible. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the Facebook page, and follow me on Twitter. Until next time, guys, I'm out.